And welcome back to another edition of the John Wayne Surge Protector podcast, 60/40 production. I'm Eric Halsey.
I'm Alex Midway, and I told you every time I hear it, I'm gonna do it right on back, and we're back.
It's called a signature call, and it's going to be our calling card.
First of all, keep our out of it, and call. It's a guy from Subway. He's also got a signature move too. We don't want to be on that page.
Did you ever watch that documentary they put out?
1,000,000%. I love those things.
Oh, kind of makes you. It's the stuff nightmares are made out of. It's gross.
Yeah, I mean, kid diddling. It's the worst, and the fact that all kid diddlers take advantage of people. It's literally in the nature of them. So that's bad. Did you start watching Gen V season 2? That's out.
No. I never made it through the first season.
Not a fan, or just too busy looking at wedding venues?
That's both. That's the spinoff from
The Boys.
Yeah, I didn't love it.
Well, you sir must not like gratuitous male nudity, because this thing is full of it, and it kicks right back into that drive on episode 1.
Yeah, I'm generally not a huge fan. Nothing sexual about it. I'm just really insecure with myself. So
it's other people's male genitalia and bum-bums.
Yeah, but it makes me feel bad about myself. Like, oh great, this guy's not only does he have abs, he's also way bigger than me. No,
allow me to tell you about the secret
of myself enough.
Projecting. It's not just for negative things in your life.
Speaking of projecting, did you see 4 people got arrested for projecting a giant picture of Trump and Epstein on Windsor Castle?
Yeah, I thought they had a little bit more free speech on there. They actually stopped them?
Yeah, it turns out it's only free speech when it's conservative. It's almost as if it's not like a right, but just sort of all depends on what our orange leader is feeling that week.
Did you see the 250 members of Congress in Israel underneath the Israeli flag posing for a photo op?
I did.
Yeah. Clearly, they have our best intentions at heart.
Well, I hate to do it, but there are certain scenarios like this one where I'm like, maybe these America First guys are onto something. Like, I don't necessarily need a white nation, but maybe let's take care of some problems at home first.
Yeah, today, what's it called? I was checking the updates, and we're not going to get too much into it. We have other things of destruction to talk about, but apparently Israel has moved on to shooting at people outside of hospitals.
Well, yeah, it's Hamas trying to get into a hospital so they can use the sick people as human shields, I'm guessing is the reasoning.
There's no need for reasoning. We ended the last episode with the UN finding them responsible for genocide, but apparently it's a toothless resolution. It can't do anything, and Israel's just been ignoring everything. We don't care. Go after yourself. Oh no, you're accusing us of something. We'll still power through.
Yeah, I'm thinking as long as they still have us on their side, what's the rest of the UN gonna do?
Yeah. Amazing. Love it. So let's talk about other good things in this world, and let's see if the Ouija board that we call a stock market has reacted to anything. 422 on Tuesday. You would imagine people finally got their heads out of their rear ends like it's Gen V, but no, they shoved it farther up there. It's gone up to 425. And all the reasoning that I can see, the only reason is people are still lapping this whole thing up about Musk buying stock. Again, it's 0.25% of his wealth, and he had a 24 times return on investment on it. He made $24 billion by investing $1 billion. You would do that if you had to say something bad, let alone just to tell a bunch of fanboys you're staying.
Yeah, I'm still I'm still not really sure where this money's coming from, though.
It's made.
Like it's this. Maybe I'm the idiot. Maybe it's like when you tried to explain cryptocurrency, and I was like, I'm just gonna nod for the next 20 minutes because I've got no clue what you're talking about.
I mean, with cryptocurrency, you're at least like solving some like problems there that are made in order for you to quote unquote mine cryptocurrency. Like the stock market is essentially a bunch of brainiacs who come out and be like, we value this company as X. And then it doesn't seem like they're taking long-term goals into it. Because, what's it called? Barclays is the one who upgraded a forecast for Tesla. They went from predicting that they're going to sell, instead of just 430,000 cars, to a total of a whopping 465,000. And everyone's saying, like, the EV tax credit going away is why a lot more cars are being bought. And yeah, that's fine, but the EV tax credit's about to go away. Like, at the end of a month, we're, like, more than halfway through. And I liken this to the same thing as everyone bum rushing their crack dealer right before, like, they run out of baking soda on the island. And, well, while it's great right now that crack dealer's selling all kinds of crack, it's not very good at his long-term production if you don't have the baking soda.
Yeah, it just does not. I don't get it. Like, we're elevating the stock level because we think they're going to sell 430,000 cars in Q3.
Whoa, 465,000. At first, the magical number we pulled out of our bum was 430,000. Now we've raised that number to 465,000. So, look at that.
I am looking at that. Oh. Well, it said they had 384,000 deliveries in Q2.
Well, because of a tax credit ending, that's why it's bumped up. And when they were first optimistic about it, clearly they weren't optimistic enough. So they had the magic 8 ball, and the magic 8 ball said 430. Now they think it's going to be 465.
I don't know who's buying these things.
Who knows? It might be Elon. I mean, he just dropped $1 billion.
Yeah, I mean, how many of his own dumb Teslas can you buy with $24 billion free dollars he just made?
So, let's see. 35,000 Teslas extra is what they said. Times, let's say each one's 50 grand. Hold on. Stall for a second here. I gotta crunch some numbers.
So you know what really grinds my gears? This 2 Monday night games back to back. Grow up, NFL. Not all of us live on the West Coast. Although we might, because we refuse to tell you where we're coming from. But ending a game, let's say theoretically we're on the East Coast near DC. Theoretically speaking, that second game ending at 1 a.m. is cuckoo pants crazy. I'm sick of all this West Coast bias. You know what? I'm going conservative route. I'm in. They switched me here. I'm not staying up for 1 a.m. to watch the Raiders just biff it on national TV.
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of like it a noon start for football games.
What?
I would rather have
No, I thought you said nude.
No.
Like really on your Gen V, huh?
I'm on that kick right now. I just still got my Grindr app open and everything. So, essentially, like, while you were stalling on that one, I took a look at 35,000 cars times 50K, let's say a Tesla. He literally could have bought himself 35,000 of those Teslas for about $2 billion and then got $24 billion back. So it could have been literally him buying the cars to inflate the stock price.
Maybe that's what he's doing. It's just all a wonky paper, everything on paper, like that scam he pulled in Canada.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
So, I don't know. It's funny money. It's beyond my pay grade. I'm just out here, nose to the grindstone. And let's move on to tangibles here and the Ukraine update. Like, right before I came on, it seems like some GOP senators are coming out, and the headline is, frustrated GOP senators blow steam on Russia. They're sick of Trump and Vance's love affair with Putin. And when you read this whole thing, like, the headline's like, hell yeah, GOP's got some nuts and they're going to start telling their boy to fall in line. But when they're citing people in this article, it's just unnamed Senator so-and-so. Like, none of these guys dare, like, raise their voice at Trump. So it's not anything we didn't know. Like, people are dissatisfied, but no one's got the cojones to say anything to the man.
Yeah, no, it's never going to happen. They are terrified of that guy. I'm dying for these files to come out. I need to see what the biggest thing in the world to fear is.
They're never coming out. So, as you might have guessed, the war in Ukraine's still happening. Trump is gonna pass sanctions any day now, so Russia better get ready. But what I want to do today is I want to kind of refocus a little bit on the cause of the Russia-Ukraine war, as was said by Vladimir Putin, and what is happening right now. So, going back to why Putin said he had to invade Ukraine is because apparently NATO was reportedly having military exercises right there on his border. That's not the case. They're exercising on the western side on the farthest advance from Russia, and Russia was always notified.
Not to interrupt, but as a brand new conservative now, as of 4 minutes ago, this sounds a lot like Stand Your Ground. So I think my fearless leader is probably doing the right thing here.
But first of all, stand your ground means you can stay inside your own effing house. You can't walk out of the street and start telling people what they can and can't do in that space. And that's essentially what he's doing.
Hold on. I've got George Zimmerman ringing here. Just let me put this on hold.
Just planting Skittles. Like, I'm a block captain. Like, shut up. So, essentially, they're complaining that NATO's going to be holding exercises on their border, and they're afraid of that. He was also afraid that NATO's going to move in missile launches closer to the Russian border, and having those missiles that much closer through a proxy state of Ukraine, they could essentially blow up all of Russia. Russia won't have time to respond, so it kind of makes the mutually assured destruction thing, like the deterrent, kind of a non-issue. All of these are stretches. Like, he just wanted to capture Ukraine, and the reason it kept changing and changing. But this is what he started out with.
I don't know. The man sounds like a patriot, just here to protect his loved ones with his God-given amendments. And, yeah, it's obviously all BS. He just wants the country.
Well, much like the Patriots here, he also hopes you have a very short-term memory. Because I'm bringing this up for a specific reason. All of these things that he went ahead and said he complained about, do you think that they might be happening right now on the opposite end, possibly done by Putin?
I thought you were going to go with, much like the Patriots here, Putin also has a Super Bowl ring.
Yeah.
So I kind of got lost there.
What ring?
What ring, Robert Kraft?
Robert Kraft, go get your boy. Now, essentially, Russia is currently holding war exercises, and it's called Zapad 2025. And the idea of it is, it translates to the West. Zapad is what it kind of comes out to. And I don't know when Ukraine had their military exercises, but they sure as hell weren't titled those guys on our eastern border who attacked us. So meanwhile, Russia's out there training on the most western side of Belarus, which borders it borders 4 countries. 3 of them are in NATO, and 1 is Ukraine. And Putin's out there just holding military strikes right on the border after complaining about he doesn't want anything on his.
I mean, this sounds like a standard conservative, do as I say, not as I do.
Yeah.
He's a patriot.
It gets better.
Oh, there's more?
Yes. We're Billy Mays in this thing because India showed up to the party and they're out there hanging out. And one of the things India's out there to participate in is the fact that they're going through dry runs on what they would do if they were actually launching Russian nuclear missiles. not theorizing about Ukraine doing it to them, but literally going through the motions, turning the key, and launching these things. Keep in mind, this is on the border with 3 NATO countries.
Hold on. So is India running these? India's running this, right?
No, Russia's running it. India showed up as a stand-in to find out how they can also do it in case Pakistan gets froggy.
Oh, this is a messy, convoluted, just... If only we had a strong leader who just spanked these guys and set the world back into peace.
Yeah, but don't worry. I mean, these are just war exercises, and you can take the man at his word. They're just hanging out. There's just a bunch of things happening. Unless you remember the fact that these things happen kind of like the Olympics, but for war. And they happen every 4 years since 1998. And 4 years ago was about 2021. And Zapad 2021 was actually the precursor for the invasion of Ukraine. As all the Russian troops all hung out on the actual borders. And when they started bringing in the little meat chuck wagons for all the dead bodies and freezers, they're like, buddy, unless you're expecting a lot of guys to just mess up grenade throwing, like, this is an invasion. He's like, no, this is just military exercise. And next thing you know, they were over the border. So, yeah, at least we didn't get the Black Broad with a crazy laugh.
Yeah, well, that's what happens when you start off as West Indian. I hate 50% of our country. It's such a stupid thing to do.
I'm not going to lie. I will go to my grave. I don't think Kamala actually lost the election.
I don't think so either.
Yeah.
I think I think Starlink had a little something to do with that. But, hey, allegedly. I don't know.
But before we move on to good news, one thing I came across my desk as I was writing all this is one more thing out of Russia.
Oh.
And, well, the Russian Duma had some voting to do today. Do you know what they voted on?
What did they vote on?
They voted to withdraw from the European Convention against torture.
Well, yeah. You never want to handicap yourself and moves you can make.
Yeah, so they're currently not a part of that, and one of the things that's the downside to that is that after they pulled out on it, according to Human Rights Project Department 1, Russia's withdrawal means it will no longer be required to admit international inspectors to its prisons. The same place where they poisoned Alexander Navalny and plenty of others.
Allegedly.
Yeah. Well, his wife is coming out and saying, like, hey, she took samples and mailed it to a bunch of labs, and they came back and they said he was poisoned. And obviously, I'm going to put that one up there with the same thing that they did. Like, what happens to you if you eat supersized McDonald's meals for 30 days? Like, buddy, you don't need a study on this one. Like, I could have told you that blood is going to have some poison in it, just like that guy is going to get fat.
If there was a way to reincarnate Matthew Spurlock, I would shoot him again. It would, 39 cents. Do you have any idea how much more that we wouldn't have all these food issues? People wouldn't be starving. 39 cents to supersize. That guy is going down there with the Hitler of food.
Just killed a good deal.
Get me all hot and bothered here. So let's move on to something a little bit more uplifting. Never mind. So it's been a few days since the Charlie Kirk shooting, and I'm saying shooting instead of murder because it took place at a school. Did I get that right, conservatives? Anywho, it's been a few days, and the right is looking everywhere except the mirror to find someone to blame.
I do like, what's it called? Somebody on Twitter posted up. He's like, if this was an actual school shooting, like, they would have gotten over it by now. But no, even just today, I saw another one, people I'm friends with on Facebook, post up another Charlie Kirk in memoriam and be like, not a single thing about a single school child, but like, Charlie Kirk, like, oh my god, we lost a good one today. Like, no, you didn't.
Also, pretty sure we had another school shooting today. So
I mean,
I'm assuming there's going to be a national emergency with half mast and everything tomorrow, right?
those are rookie
Anyways,
numbers, baby. You got to
yeah,
pump those numbers up.
never mind. Um, so we're looking anywhere to blame, right? Even the police captain or chief or whoever from Utah was like, I got to tell you guys, I was looking for anyone but us. I was really hoping.
He was doing more than looking. He literally said the past couple days, I was praying. It wasn't one of us. He's like, ooh, I guess it is a white dress. Like, that's what you're praying for?
Yeah, I'm just cat's out of the bag. Just come out and say what you mean. At least then you'd be a little bit more, I'd at least respect it if you were just like, okay, guys, this one's on us. We're not going to change anything, but it's on us. At least that would make me feel a little bit better. Like, all right, you can have a conversation now.
Yeah, you don't have the excuse of like, if I say what's on my mind, I'm going to get canceled. Like, no, dude, you're going to get a cabinet position. So spew all that racist garbage out. Go ahead, let it out and be open. Stop hiding it, man. Like, I like my clan when they're all fully dressed in the hood, and I can see exactly how they feel.
Yeah. Put that hood back on.
Yeah.
Congressman.
Yeah, it's time to come out the closet, boys.
All right. So first, we start off with Trump, who moments after Charlie Kirk was shot, immediately got on air and blamed the radical left. Because proof and motive is just things of a previous administration. Yeah, it seems legit though, because if anybody is good at 250 yards out with a 30-06, it's definitely the pink-haired they-thems working at Starbucks that you guys hate so much.
Again, they can't be a bunch of softies, leftists, like liberal losers, communists, and also trained like SEAL Team 6 assassins. Like, you can't have the best of both worlds. Like, you're not real alphas. Like, oh my god, you're dropping neck shots at 250 yards out. Like, holy F. Like, you gotta pick one or the other, man.
Yeah, and honestly, the argument goes the same thing. They're like, all these big city liberals are just soft. They're like, also, that is the most dangerous place in the world, and I would never go to a big city.
We need the National Guard.
Yeah. Please, this grass is getting overgrown on federal property.
My F-250 truck.
Definitely not overcompensating.
I work in an office.
So the right side did give us a little bit of a nugget. Up next, we have Nick Fuentes and his Groypers. Have you done any research on these kids?
Not really, but it's just the most horrible name to like a group. Like, wait. We're gonna call ourselves like a couple words removed from gropers. Like, yeah, we're gonna add a Y to it. Like, okay, let me ask you, why are we adding a Y to gropers?
Because it's what our white Jesus wanted.
It's obviously like, you know what? It's like a bunch of geese called a gaggle. A bunch of stupid, like, mask-wearing white dudes coming out of a U-Haul should be referred to as a groiper. Like a school of fish, white supremacists out of a U-Haul are groipers.
Yeah, so if you're not familiar with Nick Fuentes, congratulations, your algorithm worked and worked well. For the rest of us, however, this little sawed-off America First Christian nationalist, or Nazi for short, is a way right-wing lunatic. And he had this ongoing beef with Charlie Kirk. It was the fact that Charlie Kirk wasn't far right enough for him. Specifically pissed off about all the Israel stuff. That's right. This is like the first half of American History X. Only instead of being jacked and terrifying, this kid's 5'6".
Did I ever send you the one thing? And I'm gonna sidebar real quick about the whole Christian nationalist. And it's the one guy. He's like, Christian nationalist isn't a very good title. Like, like, there's nothing Christian about being a nationalist. He's like, it's like being a vegan pedophile. Like, the good you're doing for the planet doesn't negate the second part.
And it doesn't quite equal out. It doesn't sum back to zero.
Yeah.
But my carbon footprint, like,
Yeah.
get your hand out of that child's pants.
Like, I drive my Prius into a school zone. Like, buddy, that's not the same. Like, one's costing a little bit more.
Oh, we're just kidding. All pedophiles drive Priuses. Anyways.
We drive Cybertrucks.
Yeah, so the guy who said the Civil Rights Act of 1964 was a mistake because black people committed less crime under Jim Crow was not extreme enough for this little horse jockey. And he's got a small army of internet trolls. And by small, I mean 895,000 followers. And what they did was, essentially, once he figured out he couldn't get the Charlie Kirk rub, like, the rest of all the loudmouth talking heads on the right, he just went scorched earth and just started telling his followers, go after Charlie Kirk, go after Don Trump Jr., where eventually they just went and disrupted him so much at all their speaking events that they all got banned. So there is an ongoing beef here. And normally I'd say it's just a conspiracy. But our little darling Nikki over here came out and immediately said, I will disavow any of my followers that did any sort of violence. And on the right side, that means that the horse is already out of the barn.
I'm going to scream about it and say I have an army full of dudes until the moment they do exactly what I've been telling them to do. And then I'm going to be like, whoa, I didn't say that, guys. This is a time for healing.
Well, we didn't really quite go healing, but I did pull up an old Nick Fuentes transcript here. So I typed this one out watching his video. I have an army. They hate that I have a revolutionary guard. They hate that I raise my fist and the groypers go into action. It eats them up. Because they've got money and they've got shows and they've got stuff. But I've got shooters. Cough. Motive.
I swear, first of all, again, groypers, worst name for a group. Like, that should have been brought up at the first meeting. That should be noted in a meeting notes. Be like, we got to change our name, boys. Like, I can't be known as the groyper. And honestly, I want to see the training cam footage for all these shooters, because I think this is going to be worse than a Meal Team 6. Like, these guys are looking down the wrong, end of a gun. Like, they have no idea what they're doing. Just Benny Hill music as they pile out of that U-Haul, just tripping on each other.
Disagree. Hard disagree. I've watched G.I. Jane, so I feel like I've got a pretty good idea of what Navy SEALs go through. And I can't imagine for the life of me how any of that could stack up against a bunch of virgins in their parents' basements.
I mean, they have well nutrition because Ma keeps making sandwiches for them, so they got that going for them. But I mean, beyond that, I don't know how much you can really learn about shooting from a YouTube video.
Yeah, I don't know, but man, they get on their Code Red Mountain Dew and their pizza rolls, and
there's one tab open to urban warfare and 17 for mango tentacle porn. Which one are you really focused on today there, buddy?
So, but again, that kind of leads itself to its own. What are the chances any of these kids could learn how to shoot? And then you look at, the guy they arrested and his whole MAGA family, and they're all posing with guns in front of the Christmas tree when they're 7. So, I mean, I guess it's possible.
Some have called it grooming when the other side does it. But yeah, that's totally normal on the right.
Oh, God, I wish drag queens would just start teaching our children how to shoot.
Well, it depends where you get
really throw a conundrum at the right.
It all depends where you get your news from. They've been doing that, diddling them, and blaming it all on a Catholic priest.
Giving them sex changes in their underfunded schools.
Just feeding them dog food.
Yeah, teachers can't afford markers, but we have enough. They have enough money to change your kid's identity and sexual orientation. So
you can't get You're not going to get an aspirin because they're afraid, like, the parents will sue you if you have an allergic reaction. But to change out your orientation sexually, like, yeah, we're cool. Yeah, we'll book that being in the lunch hour.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense to me, but you know what? We live in a country full of half morons, so speaking of which,
Wait, how come when they had the one big beautiful bill, we heard nothing about, like, it was about the school lunches going away and all that stuff, but, like, not a single thing about all the millions of dollars going to funding for sex changes in schools? How come that wasn't addressed?
oh, they're still doing it, buddy. They're
Oh,
still doing it. Yeah.
well, that's why it
I've
needs to
got some
run in
Reddit links I can
2028.
send you that'll just twist your head. Morons. Absolute tinfoil hat morons. So this has been my favorite so far. So if you can't pin it on a person, let's pin it on a foundation or something concrete. And they chose college in general. They refuse to believe. God damn. All right. So they refuse to believe that when you go to college and any sort of higher learning and you learn critical thinking, that we can see through their BS. So it has to be we're indoctrinating these young, shapeable minds into the George Soros way of looking through the looking glass in his nefarious ways. They blamed colleges, which I thought was stupid. But then if you look at how many of them got sued by Trump here 2 months ago, maybe this was the whole point.
Well, I mean, Trump used to have his own university until that got shot down, and now the only choice for hardworking right wingers, PragerU, and that's a couple steps down below Phoenix. But I mean, did you see the one clip? It's him standing on stage, and he doesn't realize, or maybe he does. He's like, "Smart people don't like me. They don't like what we stand for." Like, that's not a flex, homie.
This is what happens when you get a troll of a TV host to run a country. Twice, you idiots did this twice.
It's like a restaurant coming out and saying people with expansive palates don't like our food. Like, that's on you, man.
Well, as you know, I have a crap palate and will defend Taco Bell until my dying day. Street chalupas.
So I go down to Mexico and get yourself a real taco, man. Those are delicious.
Yeah. If they were so great, they would be the #1 Mexican restaurant in the world, like our good friends at Taco Bell. Please advertise with us.
From all the the Outback steakhouses I went to in Australia.
If those other restaurants were better, they'd be #1 globally, and they're not. So Taco Bell numero uno, amigo. Be sure to live Mas.
Whoa, buddy. Got enough to get around in CSAT.
Also, Taco Bell, if you sponsor our podcast, I will 100% get a Live Mas tattoo. Full back.
He'll do it regardless. Save your money.
I just need a reason. So, last but not least, tinfoil hat back on. There's our own sweet government and Israel. Well, yeah. Peter Thiel, little red flag just went up. There are unconfirmed reports of a plane with a wiped travel log taking off moments after the assassination with its radar turned off. The rooftop the assassin shot from is within walking distance of the small airport where the plane took off. There's also the fact this wasn't exactly an easy shot and probably required a more seasoned shooter than your local barista.
Yeah, and I mean, we mentioned this whole thing when Charlie first got popped in his neck, and then both of us said we'd follow up on it, and clearly neither one of us has. So
I still can't find anything.
Well, that's because the Jews run the system. Yeah, that's right. We're leaning into it now.
Do we just go all the way right?
Well, but it's, I mean, I don't know, man. It makes that. Did you see the letter that the conversation that they say was between him and his roommate?
Oh yeah. Did you see how Kash Patel explained the letter?
Yeah, no. There's the letter, and then there's a transcript. A transcript's actually happened, and that's how they caught him because he literally went online and confessed about it. But the Kash Patel letter, he's like, it's like we know of a letter, and we think it was there, and I'm pretty sure I know what it says because we found the ashes and forensic evidence. Like that's not how forensic evidence works. Like you can't tell what I wrote on a piece of paper after I burn it, but apparently cross-eyed Patel over there is like, I see everything.
That 40-second video of him kind of vomiting out without really saying it, because originally I was thinking like, okay, it's just they're going off metadata, but he would have just said that because nobody really understands metadata.
Mm-hmm.
It's just it's like his mysterious ways of the internet. You're just like, oh well, it must be true.
According to the stock market, like no idea.
Yeah, he went on to explain it like it's a letter that got burned, and there was evidence there was a note, and what we've gathered from that note that we can no longer produce. It's this. Know what it sounded like? You remember way back when we were young, we used to go to parties. Mm-hmm. This sounds like somebody who's yacked up and too drunk for it to counterbalance it. So he's just sort of going in circles without really ever coming to a point.
You might know this in modern day iteration. It's called the weave. It's done by very strong people in power.
This was not a weave. This was somebody who drank a gallon of Jack Daniels and then thought a couple key bumps would get him straight enough to talk. He head says this.
I honestly don't know. Like, how far away are we removed from them just sitting there in front of a camera be like, I don't know, man. I can lie to you, but I'm not even going to waste my time. Like, nothing you do is going to change anything. It's like, I'm not getting kicked out of my post for incompetence. Like, you guys can't do anything. And they just stop giving an F.
I'll tell you why. Because our boy Luigi just got his state terrorism charges dropped. And that's about to come back to being scary again.
Yeah, he still has a couple lined up against him.
Free him. All right. So back to Israel. This one feels a little old school conspiracy theory to me, which I kind of liked. Kind of reminds me of the JFK thing. But it did get people to stop talking about Epstein for about a week. And also added a whole bunch of fuel to the outrageous fire we have that's splitting our country in half. So I kind of lump in Israel on this because I can't imagine Kash Patel or any of these Nepo hires that we have pulling off something like this without getting caught immediately. But again, if you question Israel on anything, it makes you an anti-Semite, which is not me. That is only you. But just a thought. It would take a little heat off of if a drone accidentally hits this flotilla coming their way.
Is she still in the water? They haven't laid out mines in front of her?
Not yet, but they're coming.
I mean, are we taking action whether we just murk Greta?
No, that would be like a Sweden or Finland problem, I'm assuming.
You think they care? They just launched F-18s in a freaking cutter and just took out a peace delegation. They're shooting people outside of a freaking hospital. They're starving kids, man. Like, I don't think they care at this point.
I kind of do. I do think while we've had like never-ending war in the Middle East since, the dawn of time, people are kind of numb to it. But a small white girl gets gets bombed with a big old boat full of food and fresh water for people being genocided. I'm guessing a lot of the world ends up paying attention to that one.
All right, I'm with you on that one. But when they do end up doing it, and if there's not that much outcry over it, it is a really slippery slope when they start killing the white women. After that, it's open season on everything.
Yeah. After if our protected class is now open for the same things that white people have been doing to everybody else on Earth since the dawn of time, it's a slippery slope, dude.
Yeah. They flip a script, it's donezo.
So for the sake of our own people, please do not bomb that little girl and all of her supplies for the people you're trying to just eradicate off the earth.
Stay in your lane, Israel. I'm Alex Midway.
I'm Eric Halsey. God help us.
Daddy, chill.
Later, Gators.